And we're back. Listen, I'm going to play this clip because it definitely hits home here with me personally about RayJ. And I want to talk about the seriousness of it. I've just had someone that I know go through this, and it is really no joke. So let's go ahead and get to it.
Just been transferred to the hospital after his health suddenly worsened, and he is reportedly between life and death. RayJ came out just hours ago, speaking with a raw, unfiltered tone, saying he might not even make it to 2027. And the way he laid it out sounded less like a headline and more like a man staring straight at the clock. The 45-year-old singer, born William Ray Norwood Jr., said his heart is operating at only 25% after a recent hospitalization that nearly took his life, and he did not sugarcoat how years of heavy drinking and drug use led him here. Earlier this month, RayJ was rushed into a Las Vegas emergency room after feeling serious heart pain alongside a severe case of pneumonia. All of a sudden, it turned into something life-threatening, with doctors admitting him for treatment and monitoring. After being released and returning home, he went straight to Instagram to explain what happened. In the video, he thanked fans for praying for him and said plainly that his health was not okay. He explained that his heart is barely working, but he was still alive and grateful. The caption said it all in his own words. Just almost died. I'm alive because of your prayers. That post sounded calm compared to what came next. In a separate Instagram live that spread fast online, RayJ's tone shifted completely. He said doctors told him he only has months left. 2027 is definitely a wrap for me, he said, cutting his hand across his neck to make the point clear. When someone off camera tried to shut that down and tell him he would live long enough to see his kids grow up, RayJ replied that he was not being dramatic. He was repeating exactly what the doctors told him. As the live stream continued, he opened up about how his lifestyle destroyed his body. RayJ admitted years of heavy alcohol use and drugs damaged his heart beyond repair. He said the right side of his heart is black and finished. He explained that he used to think he was built for excess, that he had the size, strength, and status to survive anything. According to him, he was drinking 4 or 5 bottles of alcohol a day and taking as many as 10 Adderall pills at once, moving through life like nothing could touch him. I thought I could handle all the alcohol. I could handle all the Adderall. I thought I could handle all the drugs, he said during the stream. But I could not. He admitted he pushed his body too far and shortened his time here. At one point, he paused and said, when it is all over, he wants to be cremated instead of buried.
Okay, so let's talk about it. This right here is a serious matter. I've seen someone go through it personally. Here, he just almost died. I'm alive because of your prayers. So, the individual that I know, they were diagnosed with the same thing, saying that basically the heart was operating at 25%, then 20%. Around, I would say maybe November, the end of 2024, I'm like, hey, listen, don't internalize it. The doctors could have it wrong. They told one of my loved ones, you got 5 years, and the person had 22 years. And that was my dad. Okay. They said 5 years, he lived 22 years. But that was a totally separate issue. Okay. After my father had a heart attack and a stroke. So in this case here, the person that I know, I said, don't internalize it. They could have it wrong. And so the individual was very active, was like, yeah, I'm just not going to sit around and die. Because when he was told about his heart operating at a low capacity, it went from 25% to 20%. He was told 6 months. Okay. He was told that he had 6 months. And that was at the end of 2024. He lived all the way up until 2025. Okay. So we're now at November 2025. It's been a year. It's like, yay, it's been a year. You know what I mean? And he just started slowing down. Again, this person is very, very active. He just started slowing down. This time they said, you've got 3 or 4 months. And the heart went from operating down from 18% down to 10%. 18% to 10%. He didn't get lucky like last time. It got to the point he was so tired. And I saw this on YouTube, which I didn't buy it, but I was like, that's kind of weird. It was a video saying that death starts in the legs. I was like, oh my gosh. And for the person I know, it definitely Did. It got to a point he was having it hard, finding it hard to just get up out of bed, physically get up out of bed. It's like it was hard for his legs to move, the rest of his body, just hard to get up out of bed. When he got down from like 18% down to 10%, that's when he called it a wrap. He has two homes. And instead of saying, staying down south, he decides to go ahead and go up north. He said to be with his family because what he didn't want, which I totally get, he didn't want to be sitting up here, in your home deceased, and then someone finds you days later. So sadly, we had our last dinner. And for a person that's always giving, always being so helpful, things you don't think about, to know that this is going to be your last meal with this person. Um, that was November of 2025. In December, he went ahead and flew home. And of course, he's got the affairs in order. His home and transportation, all that will go to his son, and the son's name is already on it. We're in February, and I have not heard anything, and the phone is off, so I can surmise pretty much from that. He's like, this time, no, this is it. So we're looking at November, December, January, February. This is basically it. And it's sad, you think about it. His flight left on a Saturday, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm flying home." He was just, it's like, wow, this person is flying home to die. That part, flying home to be with loved ones, just to expire. Everything was all worked out, and that's the part that is sad. So this with RayJ, you may have a few days where you're up and at 'em before this person I consider a friend had our lunch together, last late lunch or early dinner. That individual was up and was talking. Okay, yeah, he'd ran some errands, drove his vehicle that day, but he knew he was packing up, going home to die. And that's how this can happen. So some people are like, oh, you can beat it, you can beat it. You might get a little bit more time, but when that number starts going down, I was not familiar with it. So I heard the person tell me, I'm like, what? Your heart operating at, huh? It went down to 10%. That's pretty much it. And it really makes you put things into perspective. I mean, someone dependable, so cool, you talk and laugh with, and the next thing you know, you're having your last conversation, you're having your last dinner. It is, and this, it is weird to think a person, it just goes to show you never know what's going on in someone's life. A person is on a flight and they're flying home to die. That part right there. Flying home to die. It's very frightening and it's very sad. So take care of your health. I think with RayJ, this didn't have to be. And here's my other thing. I'm gonna, take care of yourself and your health. My best friend's dad is a doctor, and she's like, she said he's told her like a lot of times people do drugs when they're young, early in life, and when they hit like 50, they die faster. Well, if he's drinking 4 or 5 bottles of wine or liquor a day and 10 Adderall, dude, you're not invincible. And here's the weird thing, which I know is going to kind of piss some people off. Life can be so weird. You never know what's going to happen. Believe me. But I thought about that. Yeah, I'll do a separate video because that's going to be a little controversial. But listen, just think about it. Things like this happen. You got to take care of your health. People think, this culture that promotes, all this clubbing and fun and partying, and everybody wants to be drinking. All the young people just drinking, and I'm invincible until you are not. Find yourself like Ray J. What he's going through, I've already seen somebody go through it. But it could have been prevented. And then I do wonder if the record label, whoever is assigned, I wonder if they have a life insurance policy on them. We know we discussed this in a prior video, how that they will insure these rappers, and then you got the music that brings a lot of toxic behavior. It promotes it, all the Molly and drinking and dancing and all that shooting and all of that. And then you look up, they turn around, they got a policy on you. The kids are going to be all right. I've heard in Instagram in this post here that he's got a trust fund set up for the children, $10 million. He's divorced from Princess, so the kids will be all right. And of course, as fate would have it, they're saying reported that Brandy, his sister. She's taking care of the expenses for a year, and I'm like, why the hell is always a black woman's job to step in with that cape? Why? Why is it always her responsibility to step in with the cape? This is a grown man with a family.
Heavy considering how certain he sounded about his timeline. Ray J also made it clear he is not going through this alone. During the live stream, he thanked his sister Brandy for stepping in financially, saying she paid his medical bills and covered his expenses for the rest of the year.
Why why does she have to step in? Can someone explain that to me? Why does Brandy have to step in? It's always you know who with that cape. Yeah, but this here, the drinking, the partying, and all this, we can see where it leads. Too many of these people, especially in the entertainment industry, dropping dead around 50. He's 45. So it is a serious matter. I am telling you, you can go down quick, and you can be like operating even at 10% up and walking around if you have a good day, but don't even get it twisted. Don't even get it twisted. Sad to say, in my opinion, it's unless you're going to get a new heart somewhere, and you know what that means. Somebody that's going to just give up their lives for yours. Unless you get a new heart. I'm afraid it's pretty much a wrap. This will take you down, and it's no joke. And going to the doctor, they talk to you. The person was telling me, they're like, well, pretty much, you've been smoking today and what have you. And it's like, yeah, I had a cigarette or two. It's like, well, it doesn't matter, because at this point it's pretty much a wrap. It is pretty much a wrap. But that is the very sad part, and it's been sad for me as well. So, this right here, the drinking party and drugging, yeah, really not the ideal. It may seem like, oh, they're having so much fun, and they're doing so much damage to their bodies. So this here, it's a serious matter. It's not going to be on Thick and Miracle on 34th Street, a miracle on Rapping Street. It's real. And it's sad. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.